Chapter 1452. Green with spiritual body. It's better to spend a little money to avoid disaster. Tisk. Lu Qingshan made a sound of understanding, realizing the reasoning behind it. In a place like the Qingyun region, a foundation establishment cultivator is already considered a sovereign figure. No trade caravan would dispatch foundation establishment middle stage or late stage experts to oversee unless necessary. This also gives many robber cultivators opportunities to earn extra money. These robber cultivators are aware that if they get some benefits, they won't make trouble. Today's encounter with Lu Qingshan was purely bad luck for them. Qingshan, about your current cultivation level? At this moment, Lu Rui inquired, curious about Lu Qingshan's cultivation strength. 5th layer of foundation establishment. Lu Qingshan stated truthfully. 5th layer? Lu Rui was surprised. On the one hand, she felt that at Lu Qingshan's age, this cultivation level was nothing short of genius. On the other hand, she found it incredible that the 5th layer of foundation establishment possessed such combat power. However, considering her brother's talent, it couldn't be understood by conventional logic. By the way, Rui, you just mentioned the Sima family. If I went directly and killed all their foundation establishment members, would it cause trouble for our family? At this point, Lu Qingshan touched his chin and suddenly spoke. He had just heard about issues between his own family and the Sima family. He remembered his clever and mischievous sister, Lu Wangshu, was still stationed at Hemming Mountain, guarding against the Sima family's disturbances, thinking about contributing more to his family during this trip. No, Qingshan, absolutely not. Before Lu Rui could speak, Lu Qingshan hurriedly intervened, expressing that doing so would not only drive the Sima family crazy, but the Qingyun sect would also step in to severely punish the offenders. Over the years, there had been no major conflicts between Bai Lake Mountain and families like the Jin family and Sima family, thanks to the Qingyun sect's intimidation. Thus, even if there was friction, it was only minor squabbles, never too excessive. Jiang country and Yu country are allied nations. Considering the face of the Jinyang sect, the Qingyun sect shouldn't act against me. Moreover, I have some connections in the Heavenly Sword sect. Lu Qingshan touched his chin and spoke thoughtfully. No, absolutely not. Father and my aunt have instructed that our family should avoid conflicts with these family forces. Peaceful development is the key. Lu Rui expressed her concern, worried that this brother might act recklessly. Brother. Lu Qingzhu also looked at her brother, indicating for him not to stir up trouble. Lu Rui and Lu Qingshan might have thought their brother was just joking. But she knew when her brother considered consequences directly, it meant he had truly thought about it. And he had the strength to do it. I was just saying it casually, just talking. Lu Qingshan instantly made a gesture of surrender. The four traveled with the caravan for another half-month, feeling somewhat bored, prompting Lu Qingshan to navigate the spirit boat and take the three to Hemming Mountain. Now, Lu Wangshu had been stationed in Hemming Mountain during this time. Thus, Lu Qingzhu, Lu Qingxian, and Lu Qingqi all wanted to visit this sister. If any forces caused trouble, Lu Qingshan could also bolster Lu Wangshu's presence. Myriad Beasts Mountain Range. Poof! Under the combined attack of Lu Chongsheng, Chu Qingyi, and the golden-winged Heavenly Pong, a demon king let out a wail, its blood splattering the sky, and was instantly killed. Since they planned to hunt the Day and Moon Twin Glory Butterfly, Lu Chongsheng naturally fostered some rapport with Chu Qingyi and the golden-winged Heavenly Pong, challenging several demon kings as practice. The process went smoothly. Lu Chongsheng first had the golden-winged Heavenly Pong restrain its aura, disguising as a third-rank early-stage demon king to provoke. Upon the demon king's emergence, the golden-winged Heavenly Pong instantly unleashed its demon chi, using blood suppression. Then Lu Chongsheng and Chu Qingyi attacked simultaneously. The yin-yang chi grasp subdued, while Chu Qingji's sword technique broke the defenses. The golden-winged Heavenly Pong landed the final strike. But having previous experience, now crossing the Myriad Beasts mountain range, Lu Chongsheng dare not overstep. After hunting two demon kings, they didn't continue to avoid provoking an onslaught. And Chu Qingyi reminded Lu Chongsheng, such actions shouldn't be excessive. If the slaughter were too much, inciting the Demon King's wrath could very likely trigger a beast tide attacking the human race's city. Though a beast tide is hardly a threat to Lu Chongqing, the cultivation world holds the notion of cause and effect. For instance, causing a beast tide, affecting too many innocents, might lead to karmic entanglement during future breakthroughs, enhancing demonic tribulations and heavenly trials. Though this concept is vague and uncertain, most high-rank cultivators prefer believing it exists. Several days later, a system prompt suddenly sounded in Lu Changsheng's mind, accompanied by a mysterious vibration. Congratulations to the host for giving birth to 8 spiritual body descendants, earning 1 lottery opportunity. Did Qingxing give birth or linger? Lu Chongqing paused in thought. Bai Ling had been pregnant for over 2 years, almost 3. So each time a child was born this year, his mental spirit was anxious, eagerly hoping and fearing it was the child in Bai Ling's womb. After all, he had quite an expectation for this child. If born with mediocre talent, he feared he would be distressed for a long time. Through subtle sensing, Lu Chongqing perceived this child's spiritual body wasn't exceptional. His mental spirit stirred as he looked at the system interface. Name, unnamed, lifespan, January 89, talent, 3rd grade spirit root, Qingmu spiritual body, intermediate spiritual body, cultivation level, none, talent, spirit plant, 43%. Qingqing's child, Lu Chongqing viewed this son's panel, knowing it was Dao companion Zhao Qingqing's offspring. Her pregnancy lasted quite a while, for over a year. A 3rd grade spirit root, Qingmu spiritual body is decent. The Qingmu spiritual body was similar to Lu Qingshan's Gengjin body constitution, a relatively common 5-element spiritual body. With such a spiritual body combined with a 3rd grade spirit root, the child is a candidate for core formation in the future. Moreover, this child possesses a Qingmu spiritual body, talented in the path of spirit plant, perfectly matching the family's Cauldron Medical King scripture, ensuring a smooth road to early cultivation. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1453, Hemming Mountain. Sister. Lu Qingqi saw Lu Wangshu, who was wearing a pink and white dress, with a tall figure and a bright appearance, and immediately happily rushed over. In Bai Lake Mountain, although Lu Wangshu had a gentle personality and seemed to get along well with everyone, but Lu Chongqing was aware that there were very few people who were truly close to this daughter. Therefore, he always let Lu Lingxiao and Lu Lingyi get close to her. After Lu Qingqi and Lu Qingxian were born, they were often left with Lu Wangshu. So both Lu Lingyi and Lu Qingqi were very close to this sister. Little Qi, Qingxian, why are you here? Lu Wangshu hugged her younger sister, smiling as she pinched her fair cheek. Then she looked ahead at Lu Qingshan and Lu Qingzhu and shouted, Brother Qingshan, Sister Qingzhu, when did you come back? Wangshu. Lu Qingshan and Lu Qingzhu smiled and called out. When they were young, they often carried Lu Wangshu. But after Lu Wangshu grew older, they joined the Jinyang sect. So their relationship wasn't particularly close. However, since Lu Wangshu was raised by Lu Miaoge from an early age, Lu Qingzhu always treated her as a real sister. She naturally approached her gently, hooking her arm, saying they've been back for more than 2 months. Having heard she was always at Hemming Mountain, they came over to see her and took Qingxian and little Qi out for a walk while at it. While talking, she took out a storage bag, indicating she brought some gifts, and inquired about how Lu Wangshu was doing at Hemming Mountain. Beside them, Lu Qingshan had his hands behind his head, made a bored TSK sound, and then looked at Lu Qingxian. He saw that he was warmly greeting and chatting with the cultivators and Lu family disciples from Hemming Mountain. When he noticed Lu Qingshan looking over, Lu Qingxian immediately introduced them. However, after exchanging a few pleasantries, Lu Qingshan found it dull and followed his 3 sisters, listening to their conversation, as they went into Hemming Mountain. After chatting in the hall, Lu Wangshu talked about the trouble she was facing. 800 miles away from Hemming Mountain, there was a marketplace. For the past few months, a gang named Spirit Tiger Association in the marketplace had been harassing their shop and spirit lands. The Spirit Tiger Association only had 2 foundation establishment cultivators, which Lu Wangshu naturally did not fear. But Lu Lingxiao had to return to buy Lake Mountain for something, leaving only her as the foundation establishment cultivator at Hemming Mountain, unable to handle everything alone. She planned to wait until Lu Lingxiao returned from his busy schedule to deal with the Spirit Tiger Association. Now that Lu Qingshan and Lu Qingzhu, the 2 foundation establishment cultivators, had arrived, she intended to address it directly. After all, she, Fairy Wangshu, was never known for having a good temperament. Spirit Tiger Association. Lu Qingshan raised an eyebrow, saying, "This Spirit Tiger Association is just a loose cultivator gang. How dare they provoke our family?" "Humph, it's obvious. The Spirit Tiger Association has sought refuge with the Sima family of Profound Martial Ridge. Or they are just a dog of the Sima family." Lu Wangshu snorted disdainfully, saying, "This Hemming Mountain originally belonged to the Sima family's spirit lands, close to their Profound Martial Ridge. In this situation, the Sima family surely wouldn't want us to establish ourselves here, but mindful of the Qingyun sect, they wouldn't dare do anything, naturally finding someone else to do such things. The Spirit Tiger Association even expressed interest before, stating they were willing to buy Hemming Mountain as their gang's spirit lands. But without the Sima family's approval, even if our family sold Hemming Mountain to them, would they dare to take it?" Lu Wangshu's charming face was full of disdain as she spoke, although she wasn't fully aware of her father's actual strength. She knew that it would be easy for their family to wipe out the Sima family. However, her father was concerned about being too high profile, attracting trouble, so they had been developing steadily. But the Sima family was like a pesky plaster, repeatedly causing trouble. "In that case, I'll accompany you later and solve this Spirit Tiger Association." Lu Qingshan found his sister's slightly angry demeanor amusing and said with a bit of humor, "Brother Qingshan, it is said that in your early days at the Heavenly Sword Sect, you stood invincible among your peers. How's your current strength?" Lu Wangshu heard this, smiling brightly as she asked. The Spirit Tiger Association had some strength if it could be the Sima family's dog. The leader, Qiao Dayuan, not only had Foundation Establishment's 6th layer cultivation but also possessed a 2nd-rank demon tiger, making his combat power outstanding among the Foundation Establishment middle stage. As long as no false core cultivator makes a move, there is no problem. Lu Qingshan laughed freely, saying directly. His calm and steady voice was full of confidence. Although his strength was no match for the true disciples at the Foundation Establishment peak of the Jinyang sect. Dealing with these loose cultivators, clan cultivators, and mediocre Foundation Establishment wasn't a problem. "Since you say so, Brother Qingshan, I'm relieved." Lu Wangshu's smile was as bright as spring wind. If the Spirit Tiger Association confronted her directly, she could suppress them all by herself. But now, all the forces knew Lu Wangshu was a talisman cultivator, skilled in talisman formation, and no one would engage her head-on. Moreover, the Spirit Tiger Association, Sima family, and even other forces were closely observing her movements. If they saw her going out alone, they might attack her or ambush Hemming Mountain. Then they would frame it on the Sima family or another force. Such tactics were frequent among these family forces. As one of the faces of By Lake Mountain, no force wanted to see her grow stronger. After all, one Lu Pingon was already terrifying enough. If Lu Wangshu reached Foundation Establishment late stage, with her mastery of the talisman formation, she might even confront a false core Immortal head-on. After they were full and satisfied, Lu Wangshu and Lu Qingshan discussed resolving the Spirit Tiger Association issue. Since it's inconvenient to take action directly in Red Dawn Market, it'll block all the Spirit Tiger Association members outside the market. When Qiao Dayuan comes out, it'll kill him directly. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1454. Lu Qingshan spoke casually. In his view, A faction like the Spirit Tiger Association was nothing more than a clown and not worth mentioning. If it weren't inconvenient to make a move in the marketplace, he would go kill them himself and flatten the Spirit Tiger Association. Brother Qingshan, the Spirit Tiger Association is just a loose cultivator force. If Qiao Dayuan perceives your strength, he might avoid showing up directly, choose to escape, or even hide and request the Sima family to intervene. Moreover, doing it that way won't serve as intimidation or uproot the problem. Beside him, Lu Qingxian immediately looked at his brother and said softly, "Oh, Qingxian, what do you think we should do?" Lu Qingshan raised his sword-like eyebrows and asked with a smile. He naturally had a reliable method but found it troublesome. Now that his younger brother was speaking like this, he wanted to hear what ideas he had. Since the Spirit Tiger Association is backed by the Sima family, if we are to act, we must do it decisively, kill one to warn 100. This way, other loose cultivators and forces that see the profit will not dare to be used by the Sima family. Otherwise, the Sima family could support another Spirit Wolf Association or Spirit Leopard Association afterward. And considering the Qingyun sect's warning, the Sima family would not dare to take overt action against Hemming Mountain. But if we want to intimidate enough, this must be connected to the Sima family, giving them a knock. Lu Qingxian, with a handsome appearance, spoke gently, his tone neither hurried nor slow. "Makes sense. So what do you think is the best approach?" Lu Qingshan didn't expect his seemingly gentle and elegant younger brother to have this side to him and continued to ask with a smile on his lips. "I'm not sure about Brother Qingshan and Sister Qingzu's exact combat power?" Lu Qingxian inquired. He had witnessed the battle between Lu Qingshan and Lu Lingxiao, but he still wasn't clear about his brother's combat power. "You only know combat power by fighting, but someone like Qiao Dayuan, I should be able to deal with in one sword strike, 2 at most." Lu Qingshan stroked his chin and said, "If he has a talisman treasure and activates it immediately, then it would take a bit more effort. As for Little Bamboo, she's not skilled at combat, but if she were to actually fight, an average Foundation Establishment middle-stage cultivator wouldn't be her match." Although his younger sister Lu Qingzhu was only at the 2nd level of Foundation Establishment, she had several spiritual artifacts, talisman treasures, exotic treasures, puppets, talismans, and other treasures. You could say that if a Foundation Establishment middle-stage cultivator was careless, they might fall at the hands of Lu Qingzhu. Lu Qingzhu gave a gentle smile. Besides the treasures prepared by her brother Lu Qingshan, she also had 10 third-rank talismans and a second-rank top-level puppet given by their father. Lu Qingxian was surprised to hear this. He didn't expect his brother to be so confident. Facing a cultivator at the same realm as Qiao Dayuan, he claimed he could cut him down with at most 2 sword strikes. To know that being a loose cultivator, having built such a big coalition, his strength was undeniable. Moreover, Sister Lu Qingzu's combat power also slightly surprised him. He didn't expect this seemingly quiet and gentle sister to also have such combat power. He glanced again at Lu Wangshu beside him. Considering these 3 people's combat capabilities for dealing with the Spirit Tiger Association seemed like overkill, no strategy was needed. As long as no false core Immortal comes, it should not be a big problem. Lu Wangshu thought Lu Qingxian was asking about her combat power, and said with a pout, "Sister, who's stronger between you and brother?" Beside them, Lu Qingxi suddenly asked. She had seen Lu Wangshu make a move at the Red Leaf Valley Market, leaning towards her sister being stronger. But hearing this now made her want to see the 2 of them spar. "Oh!" Lu Qingshan raised his sword-like eyebrows, somewhat surprised. Lu Wangshu was only at the 3rd level of Foundation Establishment. Yet she could say that as long as no false core cultivator came, it should not be a big problem. He must know that even now, he only had some confidence to say this. "Father previously gave me some 3rd-rank talismans to carry for defense, so against a false core cultivator, I could manage for a while." Lu Wangshu did not mention anything about profound origin beads, golden armor being mother, or dozens of 3rd-rank talismans. After all, saying too much would seem like she was showing off. "Looks like Sister Wangshu has quite a few cards too." Lu Qingshan chuckled lightly, not taking it too seriously, since he was capable of preparing so many treasures for his sister Lu Qingzhu. How could their father not have given Lu Wangshu some treasures for protection? In that case, it becomes very simple, Lu Qingxian said with a smile. He suggested that Lu Wangshu only needed to go to the Red Dawn Market to lure out the Spirit Tiger Association's people, and then work with Lu Qingshan to capture them all alive. As for sister Lu Qingzhu, she would stand guard at Hemming Mountain to create the illusion of Hemming Mountain being attacked. However, to be prudent, he still thought they should first understand the situation of the Spirit Tiger Association. Analyze Chao Daiwan's character to ensure there would be no slip-ups. See if they could bribe a few members of the Spirit Tiger Association to stage an attack on Hemming Mountain, and then use them to testify against the Sima family. I've already investigated the general situation of Chao Dayuan and the Spirit Tiger Association, Lu Wangshu said with a smile. Since she was prepared to deal with the Spirit Tiger Association, how could she not have investigated these? She even attempted to plant people within the Spirit Tiger Association. If Lu Lingxiao hadn't been absent and inconvenient to act alone, she would have already made her move. Myriad Beasts Mountain Range. Qingyi. Up ahead should be the mountainous area where the sun and moon radiant butterflies are located. On top of the golden-winged heavenly pong, Lu Chongxing glanced at the Myriad Beasts Mountain Range map in his hand, scanned it for a moment and said to Chu Qingyi. Chu Qingyi, dressed in a blue and white tight-fitting skirt armor, had at some point undone her disguise. Her features were delicate and structured, possessing both a feminine softness and a touch of cool heroism, making her very beautiful. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1455. Moments later, Lu Chongsheng and Chu Qingyi concealed their entire presence and quietly descended. Then, through the fire golden eye, they arrived at the place with the most concentrated spiritual mechanism, indicating the golden-winged heavenly pong to lure out the sun-moon butterfly. Screech! The golden-winged heavenly pong let out a long cry, its entire body shining like incandescent gold, as if forged from molten gold. The soaring demon chi flooded the sky. Its massive wings stirred up gusts of fierce winds, like a furious tsunami battering the long sky. This behavior was seen as provocation among demon beasts, a desire to seize territory. Sure enough, before long, a butterfly measuring several tens of meters appeared, ascending to the heavens. Are you provoking this king? This butterfly was entirely resplendent, flowing with a blazing luster, yet the edge of its wings shimmered with a mysterious black gloss akin to moonlight. Upon closer inspection, its body was speckled with numerous black and white dots, merely concealed by the flowing golden sheen. Is this the sun-moon butterfly? Seeing this sun-moon butterfly, Chu Qingyi instantly realized that this demon king was not to be underestimated. At the very least, it had a heavenly grade bloodline. This path of spirit land. This king claims it. The voice of the golden-winged heavenly pong was piercingly loud, indicating to Lu Chongsheng to be prepared. Where do you come from? Why provoke this king? This sun-moon butterfly was far from simple. Although the golden-winged heavenly pong had restrained its bloodline aura, it still sensed a dangerous presence from it. Kill! The golden-winged heavenly pong didn't speak, its entire body bursting with dazzling radiance, killing intent soaring to the heavens, its gigantic divine wings shredding the sky, striking towards the sun-moon butterfly. You're courting death. The sun-moon butterfly let out a long cry. These kinds of demon beasts all possessed fiery temperaments. It was because of its spiritual intelligence, recognizing the golden-winged heavenly pong ahead harbored a dangerous aura, that it spoke a few more words. Now the golden-winged heavenly pong acted directly, a blatant act of contempt. No more words were wasted. Lunar annihilation, mysterious light. The sun-moon butterfly directly employed its innate divine ability. The edges of its wings streamed with black gloss moonlight filling the sky, seemingly with a black full moon atop its head appearing. All things returning to nullity, enveloping its entire body. This sun-moon butterfly indeed is worthy of bloodline regression. Clearly sensing something amiss. From afar, Lu Chongqing saw this scene. His eyes slightly narrowed. Without hesitation, he directly activated the 9 treasures Rui bone. Boom, boom, boom. The 9 treasures Rui bone at his chest erupted like a volcano, unleashing dazzling divine light. His cultivation and magical power directly rose from core formation 3rd layer climbing up to core formation 6th layer. Yin Yang Qi grasp. The Qi Ocean Core and Yin Yang Great Tao Golden Core hummed once, ascending a magnificent glow. The profound and vast Golden Core origin transformed into rolling Yin Yang energies roaring out from Lu Changsheng's head, straight into the cloudy sky, forming a finely patterned Yin Yang hand pressing towards the sun-moon butterfly. Heavenly Peng subdues dragon technique. Meanwhile, the golden-winged Heavenly Peng screeched with a long cry, entire body shining with golden light, emerging with the phantom of a Heavenly Peng true dragon. The terrifying true spirit-level bloodline spread towards the sun-moon butterfly. Human breath, you deserve to die. The sun-moon butterfly instantly realized something was wrong, knowing where the danger stemmed from. Solar silent oblivion divine light. Its wings frantically trembled. Beams of gold shot forth, like a great sun rising, breaking divine light, attempting to escape. Yet the suppression from the Yin Yang Qi grasp, gold-winged Heavenly Peng's true spirit bloodline restriction made its body sluggish. Clang! The sound of a sword rang out. Chu Qingyi also joined the fray. Endless dazzling sword light erupted forth, like a rolling azure sea, flooded a vast sky, slashing towards the sun-moon butterfly, forming rumbling thunderous sounds. Boom, boom, boom. Under the triple attack, even with extraordinary bloodlines, the sun-moon butterfly was hard-pressed to withstand. It was no match. Especially it was affected by the true spirit-level bloodline of the golden-winged Heavenly Peng, its strength influenced by several degrees. After several breaths, the lunar annihilation mysterious light from the sun-moon butterfly was breached, facing terrifying strangulation from gold-winged Heavenly Peng and endless sword light. The Yin Yang Qi grasp continued to suppress, rendering the sun-moon butterfly immobile. After several more breaths, the blazing luster of the sun-moon butterfly's body dimmed. Blood splattered across the sky. Its massive form gradually diminished. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1456. Buzz. Lu Chongqing clasped his big hand and grasped the frantically trembling Yin Yang small ball within his hand. Chu Qingyi seemed to hear a wailing sound, knowing that the sun and moon eclipse butterfly had already fallen. Even though she was fully aware of Lu Changsheng's strength, seeing a sun and moon eclipse butterfly with a heavenly grade bloodline being so easily subdued still left her stunned. This indicates that even a late-stage core formation great cultivator, if careless and caught in an ambush by Lu Chongqing, could fall directly. Let's go! Lu Chongqing signaled the golden-winged Heavenly Peng to keep watch, then pulled Chu Qingyi towards the cave mansion of the sun and moon eclipse butterfly. A demon king of such rank would naturally possess many heavenly and earthly treasures. Moreover, there was a third-rank spirit vein below, which should not be missed. Cough, cough, cough. Upon entering the cave of the sun and moon eclipse butterfly, Lu Changsheng's cultivation and magical power receded like a tidal wave, and he clutched his chest, coughing forcefully a few times. Lu Daoist, are you all right? Chu Qingyi immediately expressed her concern upon seeing this. But the next moment, as if she realized something, her fair and delicate face flushed slightly, the blush spreading to her ears. Could he be acting again? But he hadn't fully recovered his previous state, and he just used such an explosive secret technique. I'm fine, just hadn't fully recovered before, so using the secret technique again has put a strain on my body. Lu Chongqing shook his head. However, seeing the blush on Chu Qingyi's face, he immediately expressed concern. Qingyi, what's the matter with you? Why is your face so red? As he spoke, he reached out to caress her blush-red face that was as warm as jade, soft and smooth yet burning hot. I am fine. Chu Qingyi quickly said. She thought to herself that she had been led astray by this person. He hadn't even spoken, yet she was already thinking about dual cultivation healing. Are you really okay? Or did the sun and moon eclipse butterfly have some means that hurt you? Because your face seems to be getting hotter? Lu Chongqing said, filled with concern. Chu Qingyi's beautiful eyes filled with embarrassed annoyance. Clearly understanding Lu Chongqing was teasing her, trying to push him away. A dignified nascent soul cultivator, even a bit flustered by concern, should be able to see what was going on with her. However, Lu Changsheng's third-rank body refining physique was like a dragon, unmovable, merely looking at her with his head slightly lowered. Meeting eyes, Chu Qingyi's clear and resolute gaze showed a touch of timorousness, attempting to evade and avoid. Lu Chongqing slowly lowered his head, leaning towards her soft, water-like lips. Facing a demonic path cultivator, she could face death with equanimity, yet now she felt a bit afraid. Her right hand tightly gripping the magical sword, the left subconsciously twisting her skirt. She watched Lu Chongqing getting closer. Lips meeting lips, she could only feel the soft, tender, and sweet taste, an indescribable beauty. Nevertheless, what Lu Chongqing found most interesting was that, despite having experienced it several times, Chu Qingyi remained tense and shy, her slender body taut. It strongly contrasted with her usual unyielding sword immortal child demeanor. Yet observing Chu Qingyi gradually close her beautiful eyes, Lu Chongqing pulled away slightly and smiled, saying, I'm fine. Don't overthink. Of course, if Qingyi wants to heal me, I'd be profoundly grateful, willing even to offer my life in gratitude. Lu Chongqing said with a half-smile. He wouldn't be so impatient and eager all the time, thinking of nothing but this. Previously coaxing Chu Qingyi, it was partly because they had not met for so long, using this method to draw closer to each other. In these recent days, they'd been quite courteous with one another, no need to deepen relationships in this way. Using this excuse again would rather spoil things, better to alternate hot and cold, acting slightly more gentlemanly. Who said I want to heal you? Chu Qingyi, filled with shy annoyance, broke free from Lu Changsheng's embrace, turning aside. Born with a sword heart, her mind was transcendent and unworldly, making it rare for ordinary affairs to touch or disturb her. But since meeting Lu Chongqing, her sword heart had become ineffective, even clouded over. Whether their recent kiss or the prior healing could not be forgotten, deeply engraved within her heart. However, aside from the inexplicable ripples, there was an unprecedented sense of tranquility and ease when she was with Lu Chongqing. No wonder junior sister was influenced by this man. Chu Qingyi sighed softly, steadying her mind as her face gradually calmed. Is this the solar god stone? Such a large piece? Upon arriving at the sun and moon eclipse butterfly's cave mansion, Lu Chongqing immediately noticed a stone pillar as tall as he was, delight flashing across his face. 4 years, he had been collecting materials to craft his life-bound magic treasure Yin-Yang Taoist chart, but gathering them had proven exceedingly difficult. By Lake Mountain's current capabilities couldn't even begin to gather heavenly and earthly treasures of this level. So after all these years, he hadn't even collected half the materials. And this solar god stone was one of the main materials for crafting the Yin-Yang Taoist chart. Moreover, the solar god stone could also be used in crafting the Yin-Yang ancient mirror and refining the Yin-Yang creation gourd. For him, obtaining such a large piece of solar god stone made this trip worthwhile. Could this sun and moon eclipse butterfly's bloodline mutation be related to this solar god stone? Or did it obtain sun god essence? Lu Chongqing speculated in his mind, suspecting that the butterfly had obtained 4th-rank spiritual material, sun god essence. Immediately, with Chu Qingyi, he scoured the caves. But he saw no sun god essence, only several 3rd-rank spiritual materials and spiritual medicine. Perhaps it was expected as such. If there were such heavenly and earthly treasures, they would have long been used by the sun and moon eclipse butterfly to enhance itself. How could they have remained waiting for him? Qingyi, keep an eye outside for me. I'm going to refine this sun and moon eclipse butterfly into blood essence spirit light. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc. Please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1457. Lu Chongxing said to Chu Qingyi, the blood essence spirit light awakened from the Tai divine soul is condensed from the essence blood and demon soul of a third-rank demon king. Now that the sun-moon butterfly has just died, it is the best time to condense the blood essence spirit light. If time goes on, even with the yin-yang qi grasp sealing, there will still be cases of the demon soul dissipating and life energy fading, affecting the effectiveness of the blood essence spirit light. Blood essence spirit light? Chu Qingyi was surprised. She didn't expect Lu Chongxing hunted this sun-moon butterfly to refine the blood essence spirit light. She thought of saying that although the blood essence spirit light can help comprehend the innate divine abilities of demon beasts, the probability is less than 10%, which is quite wasteful. Better to use the demon soul and essence blood to refine magical treasures or elixir medicines. But thinking of Lu Changsheng's remarkable, otherworldly talent, she swallowed her words and nodded, saying, all right, Buzz. Lu Chongxing raised a hand, and the yin-yang small ball emitted a brilliant light, releasing the corpse of the sun-moon butterfly. Although this demon king is dead, its body still exudes a terrifying aura of spiritual pressure. Thunder Gang Dragon Flame, refine. Lu Changsheng's hand grasped in the air, and hot, intense purple-red flames surged, like a roaring flood dragon, engulfing the sun-moon butterfly. Boom, boom, boom. As the Thunder Gang Dragon Flame began the refinement, the dim corpse of the sun-moon butterfly emitted faint golden divine light and dark moonlight, with a faint butterfly phantom appearing, roaring towards Lu Chongxing, forming a terrifying pressure. It would be challenging for an ordinary nascent soul cultivator to refine this sun-moon butterfly into blood essence spirit light. But Lu Changsheng's soul was solid, and his mana was vast, unaffected in the slightest. Time passed bit by bit. The Thunder Gang Dragon Flame, like a furnace of thunder fire, emitted specks of golden brilliance, fusing the essence blood and demon soul of the sun-moon butterfly. Who knows how long it took, but the sun-moon butterfly's body became thoroughly shriveled and dim. All essence blood and demon soul formed into a blood agate, interwoven with golden radiance and dark moon hues. The whole body shimmered, filled with brilliant blood-colored brightness, dazzling and revealing vibrant life energy. If Qing Xian can attain these two divine skills at the foundation establishment stage, then he'll be truly invincible among his peers. Lu Chongxing, fatigued but joyful, held the blood essence spirit light. He spent so much effort hoping his son, in the future, would awaken the Tai soul body, soaring high and obtaining two top-tier divine skills. During the previous encounter, though brief, Lu Chongxing could discern these two divine skills are anything but ordinary. If it weren't for the golden-winged heavenly Peng, it would have been hard for him to slay the sun-moon butterfly alone. Even adding Chu Qingyi wouldn't suffice. So, this is the blood essence spirit light? At this time, Chu Qingyi, not far away, seeing the commotion on Lu Changsheng's side quiet down, walked over. Seeing the blood essence spirit light in his hand, her eyes showed surprise and curiosity. Although she knew of the blood essence spirit light, she had never witnessed it. Indeed, Lu Chongxing handed the blood essence spirit light to Chu Qingyi for her to examine. After glancing at it a few times, Chu Qingyi returned it to Lu Chongxing. Buzz! Lu Chongxing took out an exquisite jade box from his storage ring and placed the blood essence spirit light inside. Then he cast a prohibition to prevent the loss of spirit essence. Qingyi, I just refined the blood essence spirit light, which consumed quite a lot, needing some days of recuperation. Lu Chongxing looked at Chu Qingyi and said, these words were no exaggeration. Refining the sun-moon butterfly was much more challenging than the golden-eyed fire ape before. Moreover, at that time, after refining the golden-eyed fire ape, he quickly recovered through awakening the Tai soul body. Chu Qingyi, seeing Lu Changsheng's somewhat pale and fatigued face, hesitated for a moment before softly saying, but, healing and recuperating. Within the myriad beasts' mountain range, danger might arise at any moment. Thus, she couldn't afford to see Lu Chongxing in a weak state, spending much time resting. Lu Chongqing was taken aback. Why does she think that once he spoke, it had to be about this? Could it be in Chu Qingji's mind he always thinks about such things? However, since Chu Qingyi rarely showed initiative, Lu Chongqing willingly accepted. Immediately, he practiced the sun-moon samsara technique with her, enhancing their relationship. Several days later, Lu Changsheng's condition had recovered significantly. Then he began digging 3 feet deep, extracting the spiritual vein origin. Even though Chu Qingyi had witnessed Lu Chongqing extracting the origin source, she couldn't help but marvel at this scene. How can one person know so many methods? Is there anything he doesn't know? Throughout the entire history of the Jiang country cultivation realm, she couldn't find anyone as extraordinary and talented as Lu Chongqing. Perhaps throughout the southern wilderness cultivation realm history, it would be difficult to find anyone who could compare with him. Chu Qingyi, watching Lu Chongqing seriously extract the spirit vein, felt a stir in her heart, murmuring to herself. The southern wilderness cultivation realm is vast and expansive, with prodigies like fish crossing the river. In terms of cultivation speed, some might surpass Lu Chongqing. But absolutely no one could be like Lu Chongqing, possessing talent, comprehension, and skill, all top-notch. Not only does his cultivation level progress rapidly, his foundation is formidable, far surpassing his peers. He is also adept at talisman making, alchemy, spirit cooking, dragon seeking, among hundreds of arts. Additionally, Lu Chongqing was born from humble beginnings. She believed, in at most a century, Lu Changsheng's deeds would be recorded in the Jiang country cultivation realm history books, even the southern wilderness cultivation realm history. In the vast cultivation world, even nascent soul immortals could be forgotten by long years. Those recorded in the history books are all extraordinary. Half a month later, this third-rank spirit vein was mostly extracted. With past experience, Lu Chongqing did not extract at all. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1458. Aware that if the entire spirit vein is completely exhausted, it will affect other branches, leading to the collapse of earth veins and attracting other demon kings. Immediately, Lu Chongqing and Chu Qingyi departed. Riding the golden-winged heavenly Peng, they entered the 9 heavens gang wind layer, flying swiftly towards Jiang country. After flying several thousand miles, Lu Chongqing suddenly sensed a surge of demon qi and mana fluctuations. With a sweep of his divine sense, he immediately saw an old woman with a false core accompanied by a woman at the foundation establishment peak being chased by a third-rank fierce bird. This old woman's strength seemed to be using some kind of life-burning secret technique, making her cultivation comparable to that of an initial stage core formation cultivator. Yet she was still not a match for this third-rank fierce bird. Humph! Seeing this, Lu Chongqing let out a cold snort. Underneath him, the golden-winged heavenly Peng also exuded a terrifying true spirit-level third-rank suppression. Screech! The massive body of the third-rank fierce bird trembled sharply, as if encountering a great fear, immediately abandoning its pursuit and fleeing madly. Thank you, Elder, for the rescue. This young lady, Ning Xuexian, thanks you for the rescue. The old woman and the young lady were shocked at heart. Never did they expect to meet such a legendary figure here. With just a wisp of aura suppression, the third-rank demon king was frightened away. However, above the 9 heavens, the presence of that terrifying aura seemed to just pass by, without pausing. For some reason, Ning Xuexian felt a slight sense of loss at heart. Then, she respectfully bowed towards the clouds above, looking at the old woman beside her, asking concernedly, "Granny, are you all right?" "I'm all right." The old woman's face was pale as she took out a porcelain bottle, poured out several elixir medicines and took them, the face full of the aura of survival after disaster. She sighed aloud. Today we were lucky to encounter such a high figure. Otherwise it would have been dangerous, but it's a pity we met and missed. Being able to meet such a high figure is already a fortunate matter. How can one ask for too much? The young lady in a snowy white dress, with delicate eyebrows and graceful physique, lightly bit her lip. At this moment, on the golden-winged heavenly Peng, Lu Changsheng in a mystic robe, with a tall posture, flowing with faint starlight, stood shoulder to shoulder with Chu Qingyi. The peach blossom grew in the sea of consciousness at his brow yet told Lu Changsheng that he had missed a love luck. Love luck? Lu Changsheng immediately realized that the peach blossom gu referred to was the white-dressed lady just now. A false core cultivator, a foundation establishment cultivator, delving into such a myriad beasts mountain range, presumably with some purpose. And his intervention to resolve the situation, if he were willing to lend a bit more assistance, it seemed this lady would feel grateful, unable to repay, and would offer herself. Or rather, with the strength of driving away the Demon King with just a word, the other party might even willingly become a servant. However, Lu Changxing felt no regret. Just a foundation female cultivator. If Lu Ancestor wished to display his cultivation, putting in some effort, it would be nothing much. Moreover, with Chu Qingyi at the side, he could not go around flirting. Taoist friend is benevolent. Chu Qingyi showed some appreciation for Lu Changsheng's behavior just now. If Lu Changxing hadn't acted, she would also have chosen to help. There was no real reason. Being human clan cultivators, having the chance encounter, and having the ability naturally willing to lend a hand to rescue. Just a casual act. Lu Changxing gently held her fair and smooth hand, lightly laughed. To be born as a human, one should act for humanity. This was what he spoke with his daughter Nangong Yaoyao before, and he practiced the same. Not to be so elevated once having a small achievement in cultivation, seeing lives in danger and not rescuing. Jiang Country, more than 10 miles outside of Red Dawn Market. Several energy refining cultivators were walking towards the market. Suddenly they sensed a terrifying magic power, spiritual pressure. Their expressions alarmed. Only to see a tall and burly middle-aged man wearing a dark golden robe, riding a Hengqing fierce tiger as tall as a yard. Rip! 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 The Hengqing fierce tiger was madly rushing, extremely fast, leaving only a blurred shadow, tearing through the air with a long trail of turbulent air wave. Boom! 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 Behind the Hengqing fierce tiger, waves of techniques come howling, endlessly, violently raging. The burly man on the tiger could only fend them off continuously, his face pale and looking battered. Underneath him, the pelt of the Hengqing fierce tiger was somewhat scorched. This man seems to be the president of the Spirit Tiger Association, Qiao Duan. Who is this lady that managed to drive President Qiao into such a plight? These energy-refining cultivators recognized Qiao Dayuan, exclaimed quietly, hastily evading, lest they be caught up. Damn it! Qiao Dayuan never expected on this outing to be ambushed by Lu Wangshu. Apart from the talisman formation, her frontal combat power was equally astonishing. The mana seemed endless, the techniques came ceaselessly. Nevertheless, he had already sent notice to his Dao companion for support. As long as he reached Red Dawn Market, Lu Wangshu would not dare to continue attacking. Lu Wangshu in pink-white dress, with a face brilliantly charming now cold as frost, exuded a few cold, elegant, noble auras. Her slender jade fingers kept delineating gently, sending waves of techniques towards Qiao Duan. Even if the opponent was about to escape to Red Dawn Market, she was not in a hurry. After all, quickly resolving the opponent would not achieve the intimidation effect. Also would not be able to lure out the Spirit Tiger Association second leader. Not long after, Qiao Dayuan finally awaited his reinforcement. Leader! Only to see a spirit boat breaking through the air. Leading was a woman in her 40s with dark skin, wearing a sturdy armor, full of wild aura. Behind her were over 10 cultivators, at least in the energy refinement late stage. Ah Mei! Qiao Dayuan immediately shouted to this woman, signaling to form battle formations, to relieve some pressure, retreat to Red Dawn Market. Clang! However, at this moment, a crisp sword cry echoed. Immediately, Qiao Dayuan suddenly felt a tremor of sharp aura. Puff! Only to see a white gold flying sword, flashing like golden light. His protective spirit shield was easily penetrated like tofu. Immediately after, the white gold flying sword shot straight through his chest, causing him to fly horizontally off the Hengqing fierce tiger, thud landing on the ground. Buzz, not far away, Lu Wangshu saw this, gently raised her fair hand. A talisman with faint golden patterns appeared in her palm. The talisman formed a golden rope, binding and restraining Qiao Dayuan, making his mana unable to circulate. Leader! The wild aura woman saw this, alarmed, immediately realizing she had fallen into a trap. The opponent deliberately let Qiao Dayuan return, aiming to completely eliminate, dealing with her, and all the elites of the association. Can you leave? However, as the spirit boat was just rising its light shield, turning back to Red Dawn Market, a calm and indifferent voice spoke, only to see a youth with sword eyebrows and bright eyes, full of aura, wearing a green robe, holding a crystalline magical sword, appearing before them. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1459. Danger! Seeing the swordsman in a green robe ahead, the wild woman instantly felt her hair stand on end, and her heart lake rang with alarm. Reaching this point with Qiao Dayuan, she had a few traits that set her apart. She had a sharp instinct uncommon to most. Relying on this sharpness, she had survived many perils. But the young man before her gave an unprecedented sense of danger, like a peerless divine sword drawn from its scabbard, radiating sharpness. His calm, indifferent eyes were so intense that she felt a stinging sensation on her skin, as if pricked by needles, making her restless. Puff! With a wave of his magical sword, Lu Qingshan cast forth a fierce sword light like a dragon snake filled with shimmering luster, lunging at the spirit boat's light screen. Boom! The spirit boat trembled, its light screen dimmed. Who are you, sir? What offense have we, the Spirit Tiger Association, committed? We are willing to compensate. Spare us, elder. The wild woman, although familiar with Lu Wangshu, did not recognize Lu Qingshan. The other energy-refining cultivators on the spirit boat also pleaded for mercy. If they encountered an ordinary Foundation establishment cultivator, they might still have the power to fight. But facing Lu Qingshan before them, just the sharpness of his aura extinguished any thought of resistance. Lu Qingshan remained silent, his magical sword continuing to slash. Several long golden sword lights appeared, thrilling and crisscrossing, weaving into a fierce, sharp golden net covering everyone on the spirit boat. Boom! The light screen of the spirit boat shattered, enveloping everyone in the golden sword net. A moment later, within the sword net, the densely packed sword chi flickered like chilly autumn winds, filled with a murderous intent. Spare us, elder. These people were in despair, trying to break the golden sword net, but to no avail. Puff, puff, puff. In just moments, everyone spit fresh blood. Their bodies were covered in shocking sword marks, blood dripping, losing all strength to resist. The leader, the wild woman, was no exception. In the face of the fierce and tyrannical sword chi, she was completely powerless. Capture them all. Lu Qingshan looked towards Lu Wangshu not far away and said with a faint smile, Brother Qingshan's strength is truly astounding. Lu Wangshu, having also dealt with the Hengqing fierce tiger, smiled like a blooming flower. Her words were not mere flattery. Lu Qingshan's combat prowess was indeed startling. The sword chi was fierce and domineering, breaking through all defenses. It shattered not just Qiao Daiwan's protective aura. Even the light screen of the second-rank spirit boat was easily broken by him. It could be said that cultivators of the same level simply could not withstand his sword chi. Even facing this sword chi herself, without using a talisman formation or the talismans given by her father, she would struggle to cope. It's nothing to mention. Lu Qingshan's lips slightly curved, with not much complacency. After all, this level of battle was merely practice for him. Seal. Lu Wangshu looked at the wild woman and others, raised her delicate hand and drew a series of spirit talismans, then sent them into their bodies, binding and suppressing their cultivation and magical power. She also helped temporarily halt the bleeding from their sword wounds. During this process, Lu Wangshu noticed each of them harbored a dormant sword qi within. She guessed that, with just a thought from Lu Qingshan, this sword qi could extinguish their life force. Such techniques are truly astonishing. Lu Wangshu couldn't help but glance at Lu Qingshan, surprised. This not only tested strength but also control over sword qi. It required a profoundly high sword Dao realm to reach this level. Fairy Lu, our Spirit Tiger Association has no enmity with Bai Lake Mountain. If in the past we offended Fairy Lu, please forgive us. We are willing to make amends, offer apologies. At this moment, the wild woman looked at Lu Wangshu, her voice weak. No enmity? Lu Wangshu sneered. You Spirit Tiger Association have harassed my Hemming Mountain, Lu family shops repeatedly, and still claim no enmity. However, I'm always generous and magnanimous. If you're willing to honestly confess why you did this and if someone directed you, I might consider sparing your lives. Lu Wangshu, dressed in a pink-white dress, with a graceful posture, hair cascading, and lively eyes, spoke out. This? The wild woman's face shifted, suddenly understanding why Lu Wangshu didn't kill them. Because the other party wanted them to testify against the Sima family. But Red Dawn Market wasn't far from profound Marshall Ridge. If they offended the Sima family, there would be no place for the Spirit Tiger Association in Red Dawn Market in the future. Fairy Lu, it's the Sima family. Yet before she could speak, a Spirit Tiger Association cultivator immediately said loudly, Indeed, Fairy Lu. This matter was directed by the Sima family of Xuanwu Ridge. Fairy Lu, I am willing to testify. Please spare my life. Aside from a few too badly injured to speak, the others all spoke up. They feared the Sima family. But if they didn't seize the chance now, they'd lose their lives. As loose cultivators, nothing was more important than staying alive. Lu Wangshu didn't speak, looking towards the wild woman Luo Mei and Xiao Dun, to see if they had direct evidence. Fairy Lu, this matter was prompted by the fourth elder of the Sima family, but he was very cautious and left no evidence. Xiao Daiwan's face was pale, full of bitterness as he spoke. While tempted by the benefits promised by the Sima family, he wanted to advance further. But when the Sima family approached him, he had no room to refuse. So in this process, there was no evidence to prove the Sima family's instigation. As for openly testifying, the cultivation world values evidence, but values strength more. If Bai Lake Mountain had the power to directly annihilate the Sima family, any excuse could suffice. But with both sides equally matched, unless there was direct evidence, the Sima family would never admit it. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1460. That's exactly why the Sima family dares to cause trouble in the shadows. Is it this old fellow? Upon hearing about the fourth elder of the Sima family, Lu Wangshu's elegant brows slightly furrowed. Years ago, this person was suppressed by her in the Misty Rain Market, and it took the Sima family 80,000 spirit stones and a shop to ransom him back. She hadn't expected that he would dare to seek trouble for her family again. If you want to stay alive, you must pay some price, right? Lu Wangshu's fair and delicate chin slightly tilted up, her black silky hair draping down her smooth and beautiful swan neck, appearing very graceful. The profession of a talisman cultivator is good in many aspects. The only issue is that it is a money burner. Whether in martial combat, nurturing of talisman soldiers, or refining of life-bound divine talismans, money is indispensable. As long as Fairy Lu is willing to spare us as a couple, we are willing to offer up all that the Spirit Tiger Association has accumulated over the years. And if Fairy Lu finds it agreeable, the Spirit Tiger Association is also willing to serve your noble family as faithful servants. Luo Mei and Jodayuan exchanged a glance and quickly spoke up. They also knew that there was only one path in front of them. That is to offer up the Spirit Tiger Association to prove their value. Moreover, after this affair, they would be offending the Sima family. If they didn't ally with Bai Lake Mountain, there would be no place for them in the Qingyun region. Compensation. This is the compensation for always harassing my family's spirit land and shop, delaying and affecting my cultivation. Why does it sound like I'm robbing you? Hearing these words, Lu Wangshu was somewhat displeased and spoke to correct them. Though she loves wealth, she always acquires it through the proper means. Yes, yes, indeed. It is compensation and an apology to Fairy Lu. Seeing Lu Wangshu's demeanor, the two of them breathed a sigh of relief, knowing their lives were temporarily safe. They were unclear about how Lu Wangshu would arrange things for them afterward. But as foundation establishment cultivators, they held significant value for any force. If that's the case, let's go. Lu Wangshu lightly patted her storage bag, and a delicate spirit boat resembling green jade appeared. She then had them all boarded onto the spirit boat, glanced at Lu Qingshan, and led them to Red Dawn Market to receive the Spirit Tiger Association's assets. Lu Qingshan, however, did not board the spirit boat. He flew alongside on his sword to watch for any unforeseen events. Hiss, isn't that Jodayuan of the Spirit Tiger Association? What's happened to him? Not only Jodayuan but also his Dao companion Luo Mei. They all seem to be the core members of the Spirit Tiger Association. What is going on? This woman in the pink dress seems to be Lu Wangshu, the talisman fairy from the Bai Lake Mountain Lu family. Approaching Red Dawn Market, many cultivators were coming and going. Seeing the figures on the green jade spirit boat, they were all astonished. After all, the Spirit Tiger Association was quite famous in the Red Dawn Market. The president, Jodayuan, was even revered as an idol and role model by countless loose cultivators. But now, Jodayuan looked ashen, his chest covered in blood, like a prisoner, crouching on the spirit boat. Luo Mei and the others were the same, each body covered in sword marks, bleeding heavily. However, these cultivators did not dare stare too long. To avoid angering Lu Wangshu and Lu Qingshan beside the green jade spirit boat. Not long after, Lu Wangshu piloted the green jade spirit boat to the outskirts of Red Dawn Market. Who are you? Red Dawn Market belongs to the Qingyun sect. The patrolling Qingyun sect disciples, seeing this, immediately stepped forward and asked, I am a humble woman from Bai Lake Mountain, Lu Wangshu. The Spirit Tiger Association has been harassing our Bai Lake Mountain enterprises, and today we are here to settle the account, without intending to affect the market. I hope, Taoist, you can make things convenient. Lu Wangshu produced a token in her hand and spoke with courtesy. Bai Lake Mountain Spirit Tiger Association. The leading Qingyun sect disciple, upon hearing this, glanced at the token in Lu Wangshu's hand, then at Jodayuan and others on the spirit boat, his pupils slightly narrowing. If Lu Taoist wishes to resolve grievances outside the market, it's none of our concern. But bringing people into the market in such a manner will surely create an unpleasant situation, so we ask for your understanding. This Qingyun sect disciple spoke up. At present, Bai Lake Mountain is one of the false core families under the Qingyun sect. Mountain Lord Lu Chongsheng is also a guest elder of the Qingyun sect, so he is willing to give somewhat of a face. Otherwise, if any ordinary cultivator acted so brazenly, he would have scolded them long ago. If that's the case, it should be fine for me to take her into the market, right? Lu Wangshu glanced at Luo Mei and spoke up. You can, but Lu Taoist must refrain from any inappropriate actions within the market. The Qingyun sect disciple also looked at Luo Mei, pondered for a moment and said, Rest assured, Taoist. Lu Wangshu slightly bowed. She then blinked her beautiful eyes at Lu Qingshan and said, Brother Qingshan, it'll trouble you to watch over them here. Bringing Jodayuan and others to Red Dawn Market was also a part of their plan, to intimidate other forces in this manner. All right, go ahead. Lu Qingshan stood with arms crossed, his back straight, as if containing a peerless divine sword not yet unsheathed within his body. The Qingyun sect disciple conversing with Lu Wangshu cast a glance at Lu Qingshan, his pupils slightly constricting, recognizing that he was extraordinary. He asked, Are you also a member of Bai Lake Mountain? Yes. Lu Qingshan glanced at him with a lack of interest in conversation. This is, after all, within the Qingyun sect. If it were in the Jinyang sect, disciples of this kind would bow in salutation upon seeing him. This is my brother Lu Qingshan, who has been cultivating away from home. Seeing this, Lu Wangshu explained softly, although she doesn't regard this Qingyun sect disciple highly. But since he is, after all, a Qingyun sect disciple and part of the law enforcement of Red Dawn Market, she figures it's proper to show some respect. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1461. This disciple of the Qingyun sect had never heard of Lu Qingshan's name. He could see that the Lu Qingshan before him was not simple, but being quite proud, chose not to speak further, making himself look foolish. Lu Wangshu cast a cleansing technique for Luo Mei, cleaning away the bloodstains. Then she led the pale-faced Luo Mei into the Red Dawn Market. At this time outside the marketplace, cultivators coming and going all noticed Chao Dayuan and the Spirit Tiger Association cultivators. After all, Chao Dayuan and others were quite famous in the Red Dawn Market but now seem to have become prisoners. What's going on? Isn't that Chao Dayuan of the Spirit Tiger Association? I know that person, he is Luo Hong, the executor of the Spirit Tiger Association. Many loose cultivators stopped to watch, whispering in shock. It seems to be a grudge between the Spirit Tiger Association and the Bai Lake Mountain Lu family. Bai Lake Mountain Lu family? Bai Lake Mountain is far from here. How do they have a grudge with the Spirit Tiger Association? Don't you know, previously Patriarch Sima from the Xuanwu Ridge Sima family was suppressed by Lu Pingon from Bai Lake Mountain, who made them compensate Hemming Mountain to the Lu family, and Hemming Mountain is less than 1,000 miles from here. Gasp! Could this matter be related to the Sima family? Taoist, you must not speak such reckless words, or if the Sima family cultivators hear of it, you will be in trouble. I've heard that Chao Dayuan has a foundation establishment 6th layer cultivation and even a 2nd rank spiritual beast. Even a foundation establishment late stage great cultivator would find it hard to suppress him. How did he end up like this? Who is this person? Could he be Lu Pingon of Bai Lake Mountain? I just saw the talisman fairy of Bai Lake Mountain. She must have been the one to suppress Chao Dayuan, right? I've heard that the talisman fairy killed 5 foundation establishment cultivators alone a few years ago, and even relied on a talisman formation to suppress a foundation establishment late-stage elder of the Sima family. These cultivators passing by looked at Chao Dayuan on the spirit boat and the nearby Lu Qingshan, engaging in heated discussions and exclamations. Ordinarily, foundation establishment cultivators are high and mighty in their eyes. Yet now, such a high and mighty, renowned foundation establishment cultivator has been suppressed like this, turning into a prisoner. However, these cultivators didn't dare to watch for too long, lest they be identified by Chao Dayuan for watching and face revenge in the future. At the same time, the matter regarding the Spirit Tiger Association and Chao Dayuan spread rapidly within Red Dawn Market, drawing some cultivators and forces to investigate. Time gradually passed. With endless discussions and people coming to watch Chao Dayuan's situation, it made the meditating Lu Qingshan somewhat displeased. Feeling like he was being watched like a monkey, he opened his eyes. The sharp, fierce gaze immediately made many cultivators' mental spirits tremble, unwilling to linger for a closer look. Fortunately, Lu Wangshu didn't delay too long. After simply sorting through the assets of the Spirit Tiger Association with Luo Mei, confirming the properties under their name, they left the marketplace, planning to send others later to take over the remaining assets. Let's go, brother Qingshan. Seeing Lu Qingshan's impatience, Lu Wangshu smiled gently and said, Lu Qingshan nodded, preparing to leave with Lu Wangshu. However, just at that moment, he suddenly turned his head, his gaze sharp as 2 swords, and looked at a stern, burly middle-aged man among the crowd, speaking coldly. Why do you harbor killing intent towards me? His sword heart is clear, his spiritual sense keen. If anyone bears ill or murderous intent towards him, he can sense it. Just now, he felt a subtle killing intent from this burly man. The cultivators present were surprised and suspicious upon hearing this. Turning to look at the burly man, someone recognized the burly man, knowing he was a cultivator from the profound Marshall Ridge Sima family. Lu Wangshu also turned to look at the burly man, sizing him up before speaking. A member of the Sima family? Your Sima family truly never learns. Previously, Patriarch Sima Tong was beaten by my brother like a dead dog, begging for mercy, barely keeping his life. Fourth Elder Sima Wenguang barked madly at me and was suppressed with a mere raise of my hand. And now you come out seeking trouble again? You commanded the Spirit Tiger Association to attack my Hemming Mountain. And my Lu family haven't settled accounts with you yet. Lu Wangshu slightly raised her head, her demeanor haughty, looking at the burly man as if gazing at an ant, speaking calmly. The crisp and pleasant voice brimmed with unspeakable condescension and disdain. Gasp! 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 The cultivators present were in an uproar upon hearing this. Although the incident of Lu Pingon suppressing the Sima family's patriarch Sima Tong had spread widely. Most of these cultivators were ordinary loose cultivators and energy-refining cultivators. Even if they had heard of such news, it was through several hands of rumors. Now, hearing Lu Wangshu's words, they couldn't help but feel shocked. Patriarch Sima being beaten by Lu Pingon, forced to kneel and beg for his life? That's too astonishing. The rumors were that this Patriarch Sima had encountered the formation of Lu family's main mother Ling Zixiao, resulting in serious injuries, and was then chased for 3,000 miles by Lu Pingon, wasn't it? Forced to kneel and beg for mercy. Regardless of whether this news is true or false, once Lu Wangshu's remarks today spread, it would be a severe blow to the Sima family. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1462. Lu Wangshu, how dare you spout nonsense here, slandering our patriarch. If it weren't for your Lu family setting up a formation to ambush, our patriarch could easily suppress your elder brother Lu Pingon with a flick of his finger. The burly man's face turned ashen, like a pig's liver, and he shouted loudly. If he weren't no match for Lu Wangshu, he would have already attacked him to defend his own family's honor. How am I slandering? Wasn't it a fact that your patriarch was suppressed by my brother like a hunted dog? Lu Wangshu's long hair was silky, and his clothes fluttered gracefully, looking beautiful and demure as he spoke calmly. That was because of the formation ambush. Your patriarch was beaten by my brother like a dead dog. If it were a fair fight, our patriarch would certainly have easily killed your brother Lu Pingon. Your patriarch was beaten by my brother like a dead dog. Our patriarch was ambushed by the formation, causing damage to his magical treasures. So, your patriarch was beaten by my brother like a dead dog. The Sima family cultivator was practically collapsing. No matter what he said, Lu Wangshu simply responded with a light remark. The cultivators watching this scene exchanged glances silently. No one had expected that two dignified Foundation establishment great cultivators would argue in such a manner. However, after today's incident, it's likely that the matter of Patriarch Sima won't be easily brushed aside, and anyone could use this phrase to mock them. Lu Wangshu looked at the Sima family cultivator, whose eyes were red and face looked like a pig's liver, and suddenly said, "What? Do you want to fight? For me to fight with you would be too bullying, and I doubt you even have the guts. This is my brother. If you can take one of his strikes, I will retract my words and apologize to the Sima family. If you can't even withstand one strike from my brother, then there's nothing more to say. Come with me, and wait for your family to come and ransom you." Lu Wangshu's beautiful eyes sparkled as he winked at Lu Qingshan with his clear, bright eyes. The Spirit Tiger Association, though a Foundation establishment force, didn't have much liquid assets on paper. It's better to hold several Foundation establishment members from the Sima family for ransom. Heh! Lu Qingshan found Lu Wangshu's behavior somewhat amusing. He hadn't expected that the sister he remembered as cute and obedient when young, who seemed gentle and graceful like a lady from a noble family, also had such a playful side. However, this personality was quite to his liking. Sister Lu Qingzhu was overly calm, fearing to cause him trouble or draw trouble upon herself. She usually wouldn't even confide in him despite being wronged. If the sister were swapped in, This sister would likely get into trouble every few days. All right, the Sima family cultivator, despite some hesitation and suspicion of a trick, still agreed immediately. After all, his cultivation level was 5th layer of foundation establishment. He didn't believe he couldn't withstand even one strike from Lu Qingshan. Moreover, the other party insulted his patriarch so brazenly and issued such a humiliating challenge. If he didn't dare accept, he'd be ridiculed for life. Even the entire family might be shamed and become a laughingstock. If he took that strike, making Lu Wangshu apologize, it would redeem some face. And in such a public setting, he wasn't afraid of Lu Wangshu going back on his word. If she reneged, she would bring disgrace to Bai Lake Mountain. Take one strike? Could this fairy Lu be speaking carelessly? Indeed, this person named Sima Wenkong has a 6th level foundation establishment cultivation. How could he fail to take even one strike? Perhaps a moment of haste led to a misspoken word. By the way, who is this person? Also a member of the Lu family? How come I've never seen him? This discussion filled the audience of cultivators with intrigue and speculation. Meanwhile, Qiao Deyuan and Luo Mei on the spirit boat remained silent and observant. They had witnessed Lu Qingshan's power earlier. Withstand one strike? They felt that if Lu Qingshan intended to kill, he could strike Sima Wenkong down in one blow. No combat is allowed here. The Qingyun sect's law enforcement cultivator saw this and immediately reprimanded coldly. Although outside the marketplace, fights still weren't allowed. If you dare, then come on. Lu Wangshu, aware of the marketplace's rules, gave Sima Wenkong a disinterested glance. Then, he addressed the other cultivators watching. Fellow Taoists are welcome to witness this. I, Lu Wangshu, always keep my word. Hiss, this fairy talisman seems quite confident. Even if she misspoke, she can't show any weakness now. Indeed, the greater the pressure, the more one must appear assured. These cultivators, seeing Lu Wangshu's graceful and otherworldly demeanor, whispered to themselves. Still, they couldn't believe Sima Wenkong couldn't withstand a single strike from Lu Qingshan. Humph! Lu Wangshu must be bluffing. Sima Wenkong glanced at Lu Qingshan. Clad in a green robe, with nothing remarkable besides good looks and sharp eyebrows and starry eyes. Summoning up his courage, he said, "Bring it on!" Then he turned to the other cultivators to say, "Fellow Taoists can come to witness this." Lu Wangshu's lips slightly curled into a charming smile as he directed the green jade spirit boat carrying Luo Mei, Qiao Deyuan, and others away. Lu Qingshan played along with this sister's performance, fetching a captured flying sword from his storage ring and riding it. Sima Chongkong immediately followed them on a flying shuttle artifact. Some of the spectators nearby, seeing this, took out flying swords, artifacts, or spiritual bird mounts to join the spectacle. Some cultivators even released spirit boats, selling seats to make some spirit stones. After leaving Red Dawn Market for several miles, Lu Wangshu's green jade spirit boat descended. Sima Wenkong, following closely, also descended from his flying artifact, looking solemnly at Lu Wangshu and Lu Qingshan. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 1463. The two sides didn't engage directly. Once about 30 people arrived, Lu Wangshu looked at Lu Qingshan with a bright demeanor, like a spring breeze, and called out, "Brother Qingshan." "All right." Lu Qingshan laughed heartily. Then, a platinum magical sword appeared in his hand. He looked calmly towards Sima Wenkong and said, "Are you ready?" Sima Wenkong didn't speak. Within his Qi Ocean core, his Tao foundation buzzed with resonance. The magic aura of the 5th layer of foundation establishment surged like raging waves, revealing a shocking spiritual pressure. As a cultivator from the Xuanwu Ridge Sima family, his strength was exceptional, far superior to many foundation establishment loose cultivators. Soon, a soil-colored long spear spiritual artifact appeared in his hand. He looked at Lu Qingshan, spitting out one word, "Come! It's about to begin." The onlooking cultivators saw this scene and held their breath. Clang! Lu Qingshan's eyes narrowed slightly, his expression icy, his entire being like an unsheathed divine sword, exuding a sharp aura that seemed to tear through the heavenly dome. The platinum magical sword in his hand buzzed with vibration, exploding with dazzling radiance, slashing towards Sima Wenkong. Boom, boom, boom. Even before the sword light arrived, winds and thunder gathered, the sound of muffled thunder exploding, causing everyone's mind to feel disoriented, as though the sword light before them was akin to heavenly thunder descending upon them. The sword light instantly appeared in front of Sima Wenkong, his long spear quivering sharply, and then his whole body spewed blood, flying across, landing with a thump on the ground. This. What just happened? Everyone stared with wide eyes, fixated on Lu Qingshan and the distant, bloodied Sima Wenkong lying on the ground, their expressions terrified and not believing their eyes. No one had anticipated the duel would end so sharply and decisively. Not only did Lu Qingshan defeat Sima Wenkong with a single sword strike, but he also caused him to spew blood, with a blood-stained notch appearing on his chest. They couldn't help but suspect that if Lu Qingshan had applied a little more force, this sword could have severed Sima Wenkong's body in two. Terrifying. Simply too terrifying. What kind of sword technique is this? Too fast. I just didn't see how the sword was drawn. Only heard the rumbling thunder. Same here. Completely didn't see it. Just heard the thunderous sound, as if a heavenly thunder was striking towards me. Is this the legendary Sword Dao realm? Sword Energy Thunder Sound? Sword Energy Thunder Sound. How is this possible? Isn't it said that only nascent soul immortals can achieve such a Sword Dao realm? Who exactly is this person? How did By Lake Mountain produce yet another formidable figure? Everyone was filled with astonishment, their emotions unable to calm. That one sword strike had completely exceeded their comprehension. Even among the Foundation establishment cultivators present, they couldn't discern Lu Qingshan's sword technique. Brother Qingshan, you did great. Beside him, Lu Wangshu chuckled and gracefully raised her hand. A spirit talisman appeared in her palm, suppressing Sima Wenkong effortlessly. Then, a rope appeared, binding Sima Wenkong, tossing him onto the green jade spirit boat. If there are Sima family cultivators, or anyone acquainted with the Sima family, you may inform them to bring spirit stones to Hemming Mountain to ransom the captive. Lu Wangshu said to the still shocked and bewildered crowd in the scene. Let's go, Brother Qingshan. Having said that, the two of them controlled the green jade spirit boat, leaving under the gaze of everyone. Had I known Brother Qingshan was so formidable, there wouldn't have been any need for so many preparations. Lu Wangshu knew that Lu Qingshan's nature was cold yet slightly humorous, offering praise, asking about his previous techniques, wondering if it was the legendary Sword Energy Thunder Sound. She had merely heard of Sword Energy Thunder Sound without witnessing it. Indeed, I did use some Sword Energy Thunder Sound techniques. Lu Qingshan smiled as he spoke. Although he considered Sima Wenkong a worthless Foundation establishment cultivator, he still exerted some genuine effort for a decisive victory. Sword Energy Thunder Sound? I heard that this Sword Dao realm can only be comprehended by nascent soul immortals, but I didn't expect Brother Qingshan to grasp it. I've always heard Father and Mother praise Brother Qingshan's unparalleled sword talent. Only now do I have some sense of it. Lu Wangshu continued to praise, her clear and bright eyes flowing with worship. Most of the effort today was exerted by Lu Qingshan, so naturally, she wouldn't be sparing with compliments. After all, saying good things is free of charge. Perhaps in the future, she would still need to rely on this brother. As for arrogance of talent, it depends on whom it's directed. Hee. Lu Qingshan's lips curved upwards, smiling as he said, not as exaggerated as it sounds. Numerous people at the Foundation establishment stage have comprehended Sword Energy Thunder Sound. Sister Wangshu's strength is also admirable, truly impressive. Lu Qingshan spoke, glancing at the group behind the spirit boat, and asked, how do you plan to handle them? Our family has no roots in these parts. If the Spirit Tiger Association could be used by us, it would be convenient in the future. As for this person, naturally we await the Sima family to redeem him. Despite his inability to block even one of Brother Qingshan's sword strikes, the Sima family won't ignore him, hopefully fetching 5 or 6,000 spirit stones. Lu Wangshu's eyes crinkled with laughter. Sell? Lu Qingshan was stunned upon hearing this. He then deeply looked at his sister with both eyes. He hadn't seen that such an obedient and sensible sister could say such words. But this business does seem quite good. He often sparred with others in his early years to earn spirit stones and heavenly and earthly treasures. If he directly detained people and waited for their family or sect to ransom them, wouldn't that be more profitable? This Sima family has always been opposing our family, so the sister thought of emptying the Sima family's resource base through such a method. Lu Wangshu noticed Lu Qingshan's gaze and immediately said with a serious expression, "Moreover, both of our families are major clans in the Qingyun region. If we resort to killing, it equates to declaring war, so it's always the case of setting terms and then releasing people. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible." Chapter 1464. Hee. Lu Qingshan smiled without speaking, finding this younger sister truly interesting. The two returned to Hemming Mountain. Lu Qingxian, Lu Qingzhu, Lu Qingqi, and the others were all stunned by the scene before them. They didn't expect their brother and sister to resolve the Spirit Tiger Association issue so quickly, capturing Qiao Deyuan and Luo Mei. Moreover, they had also captured a foundation establishment cultivator from the Sima family. Brother Qingshan, sister Wangshu. This news has probably already reached the Sima family's ears. They might come looking for trouble. Lu Qingxian immediately said. The Sima family's profound martial ridge isn't far from here. If the Sima family makes a big move, even though Lu Qingshan and Lu Wangshu are quite strong, it's still very dangerous. Don't worry. Unless the entire Sima family attacks, not even if Sima Yu comes, he'll be able to leave once he arrives. Lu Wangshu knew what this brother was worried about. She dared to be so brazen because she had a backing. The talisman formation was set up at Hemming Mountain long ago. Relying on the golden armor being mother, second-rank puppet, third-rank talisman, and the talisman formation, she was confident in fighting the false core patriarch. Not to mention, now that Hemming Mountain had Lu Qingshan and Lu Qingzhu as well. Judging by Sister Wangshu's expression, it seems she even looks forward to that Sima family patriarch coming. Lu Qingshan laughed lightly and said, "Hee, isn't it because Brother Qingshan you're here? I'm thinking that when the time comes, us siblings could suppress that Sima family patriarch and make a name for ourselves." Lu Wangshu said half-jokingly. She indeed had some anticipation for the Sima family patriarch to come. If they could also suppress that Sima family patriarch, wouldn't that make the Sima family suffer a huge loss, causing their family to decline precipitously? But rationality told her that doing so would be too audacious. It would bring her many troubles and potential dangers. Unless the Sima family isn't afraid of being punished by the Qingyun sect, they wouldn't come to Hemming Mountain to trouble us. But later, when you and Brother Qingshan head back, Qingxian, you should be a bit more cautious on the way. Lu Wangshu continued, indicating that when Lu Qingshan and the others return later, she will settle the matters here and also return for a visit. At this moment, profound Martial Ridge Sima family conference hall. Lu Qingshan is that the one who joined the Jinyang sect and was accepted as a disciple by a nascent soul immortal. It's rumored that this Lu Qingshan went to challenge the sword at the Heavenly Sword sect in his younger years, defeating all rivals of the same rank, with hardly any rival even in the Heavenly Sword sect. How has this person returned? By Lake Mountain already has Lu Pingon and Lu Wangshu, and now there's another Lu Qingshan rising, who can block this surge. The matter at Red Dawn Market was reported back to Profound Martial Ridge immediately. Thus, the Sima family head promptly convened a family meeting to discuss this matter and plan how to resolve it. The events of today took place at Red Dawn Market, within their sphere of influence around Profound Martial Ridge. If their Sima family swallows this loss, they might truly be ridiculed by other families. This Lu Qingshan heavily injured when Kong with a single sword strike, it's likely his cultivation has broken through to the late foundation establishment stage. Unless the patriarch takes action, otherwise. An elder of the Sima family spoke, looking very upset. I recall the information from the Heavenly Sword sect years ago. This Lu Qingshan had just recently broken through to foundation establishment. How could he have already reached the late foundation establishment? Yes, if that's the case, wouldn't that mean in another 10 or 20 years, this person will break through to core formation? Another person spoke, saying as much. Now is not the time to worry about his cultivation level. Regardless whether he is at foundation establishment late stage, his strength is evident. Do we really need to have the patriarch take action? Yet when it came to having the patriarch intervene, everyone fell silent. Patriarch Sima Tong was once seriously injured by Ling Zixiao and Lu Pingon. His treasure self-destructed, and his Dao foundation was damaged. Currently, he only has the fighting power of late foundation establishment and is still recuperating. If action is needed, it would have to be another patriarch, Sima Yu, to act. But with Sima Tong's past experience, now they were all haunted by the thought, fearing that Sima Yu might encounter some mishap as well. After all, if Sima Yu were to make an error, the Sima family might face an irreversible catastrophe. For a moment, the entire meeting hall fell into silence. Several days later, news about Red Dawn Market, Lu Qingshan, and Lu Wangshu spread, causing countless cultivators and family forces to be shaken. Many people knew about Lu Wangshu, the ancestor of the Lu family on by Lake Mountain, the daughter of Lu Chongqing, the inheritor of Lu ancestors' talisman path, surpassing the master. But as for Lu Qingshan, not many people knew about him. Only a few major false core families and a handful of others had heard of him. So, after this matter, news about Lu Qingshan's situation was exposed. Talented since childhood, noticed by a nascent soul immortal, taken as a disciple, and brought to you country's Jinyang sect to become a true inheritor and nascent soul seed of Jinyang sect. The most shocking was that Lu Qingshan went to the Heavenly Sword sect in his early years to challenge, being invincible among peers. This news, once out, caused a sensation among countless family forces. Hiss, I didn't expect that besides Lu Pingon and Lu Wangshu, there would be such a top-level genius from by Lake Mountain. This is impossible. The Heavenly Sword sect is famous for its combat power. How could anyone be invincible among peers there? Indeed, no matter how much of a genius, such terror is impossible. If this news is true, it's fortunate that this child didn't join the Heavenly Sword sect. Yes, if this child were the true inheritor core of the Heavenly Sword sect, the rise of By Lake Mountain would truly be unstoppable. Fake, right? By Lake Mountain has produced Lu Pingon and Lu Wangshu, which is already a stroke of good fortune. How could yet another genius offspring emerge? Indeed, even if Lu Chongqing were some reproductive spiritual body, it's unlikely for such fortune. This news attracted the attention and discussion of many family forces. Yet many still did not believe it, thinking it too shocking and unbelievable. After all, the Heavenly Sword sect is an overlord-level force in Jiang country. Being able to challenge at the Heavenly Sword sect is already belonging to the talented. But being invincible among peers in the Heavenly Sword sect, how is that possible? So many chose not to believe, thinking it was the Sima family, or some family intentionally spreading false news. Wanting to make By Lake Mountain the target of all, placed on the fire, even attracting attention from the Heavenly Sword sect. Soon, this news reached By Lake Mountain. Even the Lu family disciples, upon hearing this news, couldn't help but exclaim in amazement. Lu Qingshan, Wang Yanjing with a pregnant belly, leaned against Lu Xingchen, looking at the jade slip information, somewhat surprised. Even though she married Lu Xingchen as his wife, she still didn't know exactly how many disciples the Lu family had. How many geniuses were among these disciples? Seeing yet another top-level genius emerging from the Lu family, she couldn't help but be amazed, feeling that this Lu ancestor was truly extraordinary. Although there were external rumors about this Lu ancestor being some sort of reproductive spiritual body. Yet, after all these years with Lu Xingchen, she could see that the quality of children in the Lu family was far superior to ordinary families, even surpassing her own family. It's known she was born in a core formation noble family. Cultivators breaking through to core formation don't just have offspring with better spiritual root talent than ordinary cultivators. This bloodline effect can even influence descendants for 4 or 5 generations. Yet the talent quality of offspring that this Lu ancestor produces has already surpassed the bloodline effect of a nascent soul immortal, which is truly astonishing. This news is true. Brother Qingshan was taken as a disciple by a nascent soul immortal as a child and joined Jinyang sect, just came back for a visit some time ago. Lu Xingshan said to his wife. He had heard about Lu Qingshan's return earlier, but since they weren't close, he only had a brief meeting. Wang Yanjing didn't ask further, her cheeks gentle, radiating maternal glow, softly caressing her rounded belly. Meanwhile, at the Lu family mansion, that kid just came back for a few days and already caused such a big stir. Lu Miaohuan, dressed in a black palace dress, looked at the jade slip information in her hand and spoke. Yet her stunningly beautiful face was full of smiles, a proud expression. The commotion caused by Qingshan and Wang Shu might draw attention from other families, especially the beast-taming Su family. Earlier, Su Rian sent a message. The Su family has already been paying attention to our family. If this trend continues, the Su family might do something shady. Ling Zixiao suddenly spoke from beside her. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible.